Mason. I am a life coach.
And I'm Therese Houk. I'm a nurse and a yoga instructor.
And we are here to support you on your path to health and wealth. Today, Therese is going to be telling us a little bit about exercise.
So I was reading an article that went over the top 7 reasons why you should exercise daily. And it's one of those things, that I read it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally true. But I'm saying top 7 reasons. There's so many reasons why exercise is so important for us.
Does this mean I need to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and pump iron until noon and take a break and do some more and then jog 20 miles?
People used to think that's really the only way you could get benefits from exercise was to just do 2 or 3 hours of exercise a day. And the research is showing that no, it's actually about 30 minutes a day.
Well, that's not bad.
But again, it's being consistent. So it's not just being that weekend warrior and working out for 2 or 3 hours over the weekend and then doing nothing through the week. This is all about consistently working out only about 30 minutes. So even just taking that good power walk on your lunch hour for a half hour, that can really make a difference.
It's not necessarily about getting ripped or anything like that.
No, but it is important to do a combination of exercises. And so, you don't just want to focus on pumping iron or weight training. Weight training is good, but that in and of itself is not going to help you overall. It's a combination. So you do need to incorporate cardio, weight training, and a little bit of yoga, stretching is very good. So let's go over some of these reasons. The first one is it can help control your body weight. And so, if you think about this, it seems like it's obvious, but you're revving your metabolism, so you're going to burn more calories. But a lot of people, when they're exercising, they think that this is, a ticket that they can eat more. And so sometimes it can backfire. And so you want to be careful. We know that it can help control body weight, but in and of itself, it's not. You do have to look at your diet, look at what you're eating, and not overeat just because you're exercising.
Has to be a healthy balance between the two. I've heard it can take up to 6 hours to burn off a cheeseburger, so you don't want to just depend on exercise to burn off the cheeseburger.
Exactly.
Don't eat the cheeseburger.
So it does have to be the combination, but I do think people that focus only on nutrition to lose weight or only on exercise, you're going to have minimal results. It's doing the combination that's going to be the best. So the second reason is that it decreases your risk of heart disease, which we know is true. If a person has a heart attack or high blood pressure, any of those issues, related to the heart, the first thing the cardiologist is going to tell you to do is to start exercising. And when we say exercising in this region, the pumping iron is not the best. It's really cardio. We call it cardio work because it's actually exercising your heart. Your heart is a muscle. And so, brisk walking, running, biking, all of these things where you're keeping your heart rate at a certain level, that is what exercises your heart. So more specifically, it can lower coronary artery disease. It can actually help increase your good cholesterol. It can decrease your risk of heart attacks. And it also can lower your blood pressure and your triglyceride levels. So
quite a bit of improvement.
So exercise is really, really good for your heart. Yeah. So the third one is it can help manage blood sugar and insulin levels.
And do you happen to know the connection, why exercise would help with insulin?
Well, if you think about what you're doing when you're exercising, you're burning calories, right?
Okay.
And so your body is going to react by wanting to use the sugar that's in your system.
Yes.
And so it's just going to be a little bit more effective about getting rid of extra calories, and just helping your body. The research is showing that it actually can decrease your risk of type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
And there's also something called metabolic syndrome, which can be lessened if you're exercising regularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It improves metabolism.
Yeah. So the fourth one is that this is something I don't think that people think about as connected, is to help you quit smoking.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah.
I've heard that exercise can increase endorphins. I wonder if that's connected in there.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And so if you think about that person who's wanting to quit smoking, I mean, and I do think a lot of it just has to do with that mindset, because, you want your cigarette. Well, this is what they say to do, is to go out, take a walk, do something active. And that craving will actually lessen, and you can get through that craving so that, you can not go back to smoking. And of course, it also can help to limit how much, most people, when they quit smoking, what do? They replace that oral need by eating.
Yeah.
And so this way, instead of eating, you're working out, you're doing something. And so there's a less likely chance that you're going to gain weight when you quit smoking.
Something more positive.
Yeah. So number 5 is to improve mental health and mood. And so you mentioned exercise increases endorphins, and we know that. So endorphins are feel-good hormones. And so it just kind of makes sense that if you're working out regularly, you're going to feel better. It's just what happens. You do feel better. They're actually showing that it can actually decrease your chances of having anxiety issues. And it is just that chemical stimulation in your brain that helps you to feel better. Okay, number 6 is strengthens bones and muscles. So we mentioned, earlier, the cardio activity is good for the heart. Well, cardio activity isn't that helpful with strengthening your bones and muscles. This is where the weight training, that pumping iron, is really, really important, and the research shows, if you have osteoporosis and you start doing weight training, you can actually lessen the osteoporosis. It seems kind of obvious to me that, of course, you're going to strengthen your muscles, but one thing that a lot of people don't know is that you naturally will lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass for every decade that you live.
That's important to know.
And this is after the age of 30, which it's like, what can I do to prevent that?
Yeah, when we're younger, like under the age of 30, we tend to be more physically active anyway. I remember I was always running around doing things, but as I got older and had kids, it's more and more sedentary.
And you have to kind of make that choice.
That's right.
And I think a good way to get this activity in is to actually schedule it in your day.
Absolutely.
Make an appointment that you're going to work out at this time. And I think that really helps people, instead of like, I'll do it later, or fitting it in when you can. No, make that appointment, make it a commitment, because it is important for your overall health.
And like you said earlier, it kind of makes sense that exercise would help to strengthen the muscle mass, but to help bone function, that's intriguing. I remember one nutritionist told me that studies show that when you walk, if you walk on, and have a hard impact like on cement, that actually helps to strengthen and increase the calcium and the strength of the bones.
Yes.
And like you said, to reduce osteoporosis. That's counterintuitive, but not just like soft tennis shoes or in grass, but on a hard surface. And if you have that impact, then somehow that improves.
That's right. Even
I don't know how that works.
Jumping rope. It forces your bones to be strong. It does.
Mm-hmm.
So the seventh one, exercise has been shown to actually decrease the risk of some cancers.
Oh, that's one I had never heard of before.
And I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of these I can say why, but this is one that I don't really know the reason why. So maybe if you know the reason why, you can let us know. But I think the statistical evidence is there, and it has been shown that there's breast cancer, uterine cancer, colon and lung cancer can all be lessened if you are a person that exercises regularly, which is awesome.
I'm going to do a little digging on that one. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This has been very informative, Therese. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, John.
If you have any questions for Therese about more specific questions, please put them in the comments below. Therese is a yoga instructor, and she might be able to help you with some thoughts about yoga or other directions.
Absolutely.
If you have any knowledge about what we've just talked about that you think might be helpful for us, or you'd like to see a video on it, comment on that below. In the future, if there's a specific area about exercise you'd like to know more about, let us know. Down below, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you can be notified of any videos that we create when we create them. My name is John Mason.
And I'm Therese Houk.
And we are here to support you on your path to health and wealth. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.